Hi, I'm Abby. Welcome to my New York City kitchen, where today we're making pasta pomodoro with burrata. So what does that mean? Pomodoro is essentially a tomato sauce, and burrata is a really delicious cheese that is similar to mozzarella, but the inside of it is still liquid, kind of like a nice cream. It's so delicious, luxurious, creamy, adds such a nice flavor and texture to any kind of dish you add it into. So over here I have my high-sided saute pan. It's already been on medium to medium-high heat, so it's already hot. So if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that hot pan and cold oil. So in goes our olive oil. I'm gonna turn this down already because it's starting to spit a little bit. Then I have some garlic and some red pepper flakes. So I'm gonna add those in. And we're just gonna kind of toast the garlic and the flakes here for about 30 seconds. We don't want our garlic to burn, so I have turned that heat down. We just want them to get a nice golden brown here. And then we're going to start adding a few other things. Also, I have my tomatoes, and I'm just gonna really get in there with my hand and mash them up. So you could also use an immersion blender or a regular blender, but if you've seen me cook before, you know that I always say we should be using our hands, right? Because that is what cooking is about. We want to really get in there. So I'm going to mash these up like so. And then we're going to add them right into our saute pan now that our garlic is nice and brown. So I'm going to turn that heat back up to about medium to medium high. And we're going to start to cook down our tomatoes. If you want, you can add a little bit of salt here, like so. And since we do have a couple different kinds of cheeses going in, those will also add a little bit of saltiness to our dish. All right. Now, depending on how thick or watery, I guess you could say, you want the dish is going to be how long we cook this. So if you want it thicker, you're going to cook it for longer right now. If you want it a little bit thinner with some of those tomatoes still holding their shape, you can cook it a little bit less. So you could be cooking it for about 3, 4, 5 minutes, all the way up to 10 or 12 minutes. Again, this is part of the thing that I love about cooking. It's really what you like and your personal preference. I love garlic, for example, and it smells so good right now. So you could add more garlic if you want, as a way to kind of jazz it up a little as well. So we're just going to let this cook down for another minute or so. And we're going to talk quickly about pasta water. So this is some penne that I already cooked ahead. You might be making it simultaneously while we're making the sauce as well, and that is great. What I've done is cooked it ahead and saved some of that pasta water. And the beauty of pasta water is that it is starchy. So the starch leaves that pasta, some of the starch, while you're cooking it. So if you save some of that pasta water, it's a really great thickener. So what we're gonna do is continue to cook this down a little bit, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of this pasta water, like so, and really thicken it up a little bit. So that heat is gonna boil it down, and that starch is going to make this sauce a little bit thicker. So we're just gonna let this keep going for a few minutes. Then we're gonna add in our pasta, and we're gonna add in some butter and some Parmesan cheese or pecorino romano, whatever your preference. And all of this is gonna really start to add flavor and creaminess and thicken up that sauce. Okay, so this is really thickening up beautifully. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit, and first I'm gonna add in some of my pasta. Beautiful. And then I'm gonna add in my butter and Parmesan cheese. And then we just wanna mix everything together here. And we're getting a nice, creamy Pomodoro sauce. I do like mine still a little bit chunky with those beautiful whole tomatoes that we crushed up at the beginning. Perfect. All right, so that, just gonna let this cook for another minute or so. And then when we serve it, we have, of course, our burrata and our basil, which we've cut in ribbons, which is called chiffonade. So let's get our plate. Turn this off. I'm just gonna take some of this beautiful pasta here. Like so. Then, just grab a spoon. Then I'm gonna just take some of this lovely burrata and put it right on the top. And of course, our basil chiffonade. Beautiful. All right, so here it is. Once again, I'm Abby. This is my pasta pomodoro with burrata. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.